welcome everyone to the November Charlestown User Group meeting focusing on Apple products today. And Hope is going to be doing the roadshow today, and our topic is voice control.
Okay, well, first let me share my screen. Okay, so there are a lot of times that you may want to use your voice rather than typing. And this can be particularly useful if you have vision problems or any sort of dexterity problems. And when it works, it can save time and reduce a lot of frustration. However, when it doesn't work, it can also take time and cause frustration. So it's a balancing act. And so I just want to warn you up ahead that there can be pitfalls as you go along on this, but it can be really helpful when it works. Thinking of the things that you'd want to use your voice for rather than typing. Just you're going to be talking on the phone, so to tell it to make a phone call. That's one thing. To ask questions, to send text and email messages, especially short ones, and to open your apps. Those are some of the main things that I'll try to be covering. The first thing is you have to check to see if your phone is set up correctly to do that. And you're going to be pressing the microphone icon in an app, or pressing and holding the side button on the latest iPhone, and make sure you have enabled microphone on apps by going to Settings, Privacy and Security, Microphone. Or you might be using a Hey Siri phrase. But let's see, to enable the microphone, just wanted to give you the slides that the directions of how to do that. On an iPhone, I have showing the settings screen on the left. If you go to Privacy and Security, you want to go to Screen and System, Audio Recording, and that's where you'll be finding, checking what you want to work with the microphone on. And similarly, if you go to Privacy and Security for microphone on the Mac, you'll see this similar screen on the right. You can activate Siri on the home button models by pressing and holding the home button at the bottom of the phone until Siri appears. And when Siri's activated, you can speak your command and Siri will respond. On the iPhone 8 or newer, you want to set up the Hey Siri by going to Settings, scroll down to Siri and Search. Making a note that on the latest, it's not called that, it's called Apple Intelligence in Siri. To enable Hey Siri, make sure the Listen for Hey Siri option is turned on. If not, toggle it on to the on position. So if you haven't set it up to do so at that point, it will prompt you and follow those instructions and follow the on-screen instructions to say a few phrases so Siri can recognize your voice. And you can also adjust the voice feedback under the same menu. On the Face ID models, iPhone 10 and newer, you can activate Siri by pressing and holding the side button and just say, Hey Siri, followed by your command if this feature is set up. While current models have this set up automatically, not all do. So you can check first before you go into settings, but if it doesn't work, then go to Settings General to allow it. So going to Siri and Search on the 10 Plus, there's the Siri and Search with what you get on the right and what you want to click on to set. For the 18.1 or newer, you go to Settings, Accessibility Siri, and check the things here for the speaking rate and always listen for Siri. Make sure that those are checked correctly. So introducing these voice features. So what are the things we want to do by voice rather than keyboard? So making a phone call. So if I have my phone with me, and you can see me holding my phone while you're looking at the slides, And I just hold down the side buttons. Oopsie, I just hold down the side button and hold it in. I don't know if you can see.
Now hold it closer to your face
Okay,
there. Well,
can
yeah,
you see
because
can you see the flashing lights on the side? On the newest phone, that,
You haven't set up any HomeKit accessories?
okay, no, I didn't want to do that. So, uh, Siri, send an email to Ann McKay, saying I will come over later.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first. To the group,
Okay, so on this one now, I have to unlock the phone. Let's try that again.
sorry, I don't understand.
Siri, send an email to Ann McKay saying I will come over later.
To Ann McKay, what's the subject?
Visiting.
Send it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send it.
Okay. Similarly, I can send a text. And so let me do the same thing and say, send a text to David Elder saying I'll see him at dinner. And again, I can, when I hold that in, I can do open and say, open notes. And it will open my notes app right on the phone. So that's the type of thing that will do. So I just went through recording a text message. Okay, another one that I really find useful is if I just am, opening up the microphone, remind me to take my meds at 2 p.m., something like that. That really works well. And what happens with the latest operating system is it also will put the reminder in your calendar. So that's another very useful feature. Some of the things that you may want to pay attention to are the fact that if you are saying something that has a, you want a punctuation mark to appear, it won't automatically put in the punctuation mark or the capitalization and things like that. And so there are a bunch of dictation commands that you may want to pay attention to. If you want to write a longer message to somebody and have it have question marks and periods, you need to say those periods and or semicolons or colons. The secret is if you say a sentence and say the punctuation, say the sky is blue, period. If you want to say the sky is blue, period, and the flowers are beautiful, it'll write out the word period. But if you pause after saying the punctuation mark, the word for punctuation mark, period, it will then change the word to the punctuation mark. So the secret to using the punctuation in dictation with voice is the pause. So it uses all of the regular ones. So if you want to have something with quote marks in it, you just say quote, and then at the end of it, you say end quote. Just to be sure when you say quote, you pause for a few seconds before you begin the quotation, the text. It uses special characters, so you can say the @ sign. So if you want it to send an email address to somebody, you can send it out, but make sure when you say the @ that you pause, say @ sign, make sure you pause or it's going to write those words. The one that I find the trickiest are the emojis. She will come out in some apps correctly. I found occasionally in Word, it came out as the colon, the plain text version of it. I like the pretty one better. So to start a new line or a new paragraph or add a space, those are the normal commands. And then one of the things that one of the apps that I found was really good was Notes. Now here, if I go into Notes and open up a new note, there are some really neat features that you can do. I can record an audio here. I can take a picture, but I'm going to now tell Siri. You'll see that everything that I'm putting in here is going to be typing, for better or worse. New line. The sky is blue. Exclamation point. New line. Let's see. I'm not thinking well for things like this.
Yeah.
What should I type? Question mark. So
Yeah.
just see, how do you do those things? Okay. If someone else suggests something, maybe it will type that too.
Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country.
How that works. So that's the microphone at the bottom of that one. If I find Word on this. And again, do a blank document. And on here again, see the microphone on the bottom? And now anything, you can type a long document here, or whatever it is that you need to share. And the voice dictation works. And actually now we're up to opening other apps. I found Amazon I had very poor success with. Don't try ordering something with voice at this point. I just don't think well, maybe you'll have better luck than I did, is all I'm saying. I had problems with it. Google apps have a slightly different app that works alongside it called Google Assistant.
I discovered 2 apps recently from a newsletter about artificial intelligence. And the first one is Seeing AI. It's the blue one with the kind of strange looking S. And this is from Microsoft. And it's still under research. And what it will do, as you can see, it's looking for whatever they can find. Now I'm going to take a document here and
caregivers, key responsibilities, personal care assistants, help clients with activities of daily living, ADL such as bathing, dressing, grooming, and toileting, assist with mobility and.
Did you notice it started reading what they saw with a text document? And this app will also do faces and will describe the environment. Now I'm going to
with US feedback 06 scene preview processing a clock and telephone on a desk.
Now if I want to process this even further, I tap on the bottom where it says more information. It will do more processing. Now look at this.
Look. With a base that includes
A cluttered desk area.
How nice.
Well, you get the idea.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? Now, the other thing it will do, where's Dan when I need him? Let's rotate the camera.
One face near center, 2 feet away.
Now I'm going to take the picture.
Processing 71-year-old woman with gray hair wearing glasses.
Oh, good. Oh,
Okay, now I think,
One face.
now the only problem that I have noticed, they're a little off on the ages. The artificial intelligence piece probably has not been tuned in to looking at older faces. They've probably just been using all these young engineers. So I think this app has a lot of potential for people that have low vision or are, legally blind, because it will describe everything it sees in the environment if you just take a picture of it, and it gives you voice instructions where to put the camera. And if you're doing a document, it will say, can't see left edge, can't see right edge. So then you can adjust the phone just listening to the commands. The other app I've discovered, and I discovered these doing research on the Ageism and Ableism Subcommittee, and I came across a page of 21 accessible apps. And the second one I want to show you is called AVA, A-V-A. And what this does is does captioning of people's voices. And it says it has 99% recognition. And are you seeing that on the screen now?
Yes, I can see it.
Now, the other night, I had just downloaded this app. We went down to dinner. We were eating with other people, and Dan said, oh, I forgot my hearing aids. And I opened this app, and the case I have has a stand. So I propped it in front of him, and he heard every word from the three other people. Because
Wow.
he had this constant captioning right in front of him. And it will also do, you can access a keyboard also, but you can also send it, you can save the caption, and you can also, let me stop this now. And you'll notice these are various notes I've been playing around with. You can put a title on these and save it, and it will also generate kind of a summary, which to me
Wow.
is amazing. And you can set it up with your contacts. You can also set it up that you can scan the face of another person. So that person will have a different color text when you're talking. So you can use it one-to-one. You can use it in meetings. There's about 5 different options, but I am not an expert on those. But you just can, and here's settings that you can set up. And they do have a premium feature, but just this captioning coming out free, I think is amazing. So you can see you can use it in conference calls. I had it set for the face-to-face group hangout. You can do it for online videos. You can use it in stores or shops, talking to people, events. So it's got a lot of potential, I think. So that might be something to explore for people that are hard of hearing or even deaf. So those are my contributions to voice control. And let me stop the sharing here.
I have a similar app on the Android I'm actually using right now, and it gives very large type. It's like sort of a personal closed captioning. And in the situation where Ann's describing, where you're at a table, like at, the Chesapeake or somewhere, it's uncanny ability to focus on a small table talk as opposed to all the noise. Because I know people with hearing aids have issues with background noise overriding the audio that they're trying to listen to. And when you convert it to text, it essentially takes all the noise out.
Yes,
So,
it is available on the Google Play store, so it is cross-platform.